Hello, welcome back. We're just back with a very quick video about over-pressurising vents. Something I've been asked quite a few times on stream, so I thought I'd do a quick video just to show a couple of different ways of doing it, and also which is the most efficient, which is the best way of doing it, the easiest way and also the most reliable way. So, first things first, I've got a couple of different builds up here. We've got the conventional liquid builds down here, which is basically a single vent with a little bit of liquid over the front of it, a vent next to an airflow tile with a little bit of liquid, and then the newer version I've started using, which is a double high pool of liquid, basically one full tile of oil and one tiny little bit of surface oil, so again a kilo or 2 kilos, something like that. And then in each of these rooms, just so that we can check how much they've all pumped later, I've basically made sure they all match the same open space as this tile here, this room here. So where this has missed 2 tiles of gas here, I've put 2 metal tiles in the corner, same in this one, and then on this one, just 1 extra tile. So they all basically match this same room, and I'll turn them all on in a minute. I'll just explain these ones up here as well. What we basically have here is a way of over-pressurising vents using different gases. So what we have is a room full of oxygen, and then in these tiles above it, let me just get rid of this for a second. In the tiles above we have some hydrogen. Okay, so basically you've got some hydrogen in the room, you start pumping oxygen, you build it in this sort of way, and then the hydrogen will over-pressurise the vent temporarily, and then as gases come out the vent, it will allow you to pump that hydrogen above, and then it'll bounce up and down. A similar thing can be achieved with different gases as long as you use a lighter gas above. So in this case again we've used hydrogen and chlorine as the gas underneath, and then this is one that I've just done a bit of tinkering with just to get a bit more of a slightly stable version, which is basically oxygen in the room and then hydrogen above multiple vents. So they're all in the same pipe, they've all got the same oxygen supply. Likewise down here I've matched up the lengths of the pipe and things like that. That's why these pumps are slightly higher, so that the gas is travelling the same distance and same time and stuff like that. Now the advantage of using something like this is you can basically over-pressurise an area without needing to rush for plastic to get a high pressure vent or anything like that. You can basically store an obscene amount of gas in a very small area. The beauty of this system, which is the one that I've started using in all of my builds now, is it literally will never break down, it will never stop, whereas these other two, this one especially, have a tendency to break. So you can see we've got a kilo of oil. This one's going to be slightly different, it's just under a kilo because some of it has already started to pressurise, and likewise the same here. So what I'll do now, we'll turn all these on like so. I'll put it on full speed and we'll just pump them up. Okay, well, the first thing we should notice is that this one will probably break down first. Okay, so this one at some point will destroy the oil that's in front of the vent. This is a very common thing that's been known about for some time, and then this will break down. The next ones to probably back up will be these gas-based ones up here. These are pretty good, as in, oh there we go, this one's already deleted the oil that was in front of the vent, so this one's already broken. These gas ones up here are pretty good because you can quite easily set them up just naturally when you're building your base. You'll often get hydrogen to the top of your base, or you can easily get hydrogen into your, chlorine storage room, or you don't need much of it either. You only need maybe a few kilos over your vents, and they'll sort of over-pressurise the room and do the rest themselves. The liquid ones are generally a little bit more to set up, but they work better. Simple as that. This has been the conventional build for over-pressurising a vent since the game came out, really. This has always been in the game. And I will just take this moment to say this is very much an exploit. It's not intended mechanics of the game. It only works because of how vents work. They check to see if the tile in front of them is clear or not obstructed by too much gas. If it isn't, it pumps out air, or pumps out whatever your gas is. And that's what's happening here. That's why we have to use such a small amount over the top of the vent. This one works on a similar principle, but it's using the fact that hydrogen wants to rise and other gases, a heavier gas in the room, wants to fall, basically. So we'll go back to letting this run. And I would expect that these 3 should start struggling next, and then maybe this one will break. Sometimes these can run for 100 cycles or 300 cycles without breaking. What you will notice is this one is starting to over-pressurise temporarily, although it isn't actually affecting the flow of gas. It's still flowing just as fast as the others, but this one can occasionally overflow. And that's that. I'll do a little Alt-Z and let things run a little bit quicker, and we'll keep an eye on what happens just for a minute. Now in terms of building these actual liquid locks, very simple to do with the oil locks. You just basically want a pitcher pump, so I always call them a pitcher pump, the bottle deliverer, what's it called? Bottle emptier, sorry. Over the top, fill up your bottom tile, and then when you're about to put in a little bit more liquid, just watch it like a hawk. Literally let one droplet of oil fall as the dupe is there delivering, and then just untick it from the bottle emptier, and it should just allow you to over-pressurise that vent. Now as you can see, all three of these are backed up now. We've ended up with 9 kilos of oxygen in this room, 10 kilos of chlorine in this room, and 8.2 kilos of oxygen in this room. And this one will toggle on and off over time. As the hydrogen bounces around a little bit, it'll try and balance out. I don't know of any other ways to do gas locks that are particularly better than this. If you do, let me know. I find them to be temperamental and not very good. I always go for a liquid lock instead. And that's that basically. I just thought I'd show you a quick video just to explain how they work, what they are, and the best way of doing it really. I would generally go for oil as well, just as an extra thing. I would always use oil generally because it's got such a generous range between freezing and evaporation, so you can actually use this in very hot areas and also very cold areas. Oil or petroleum, whichever suits you best. And that's that. I hope that helps. Give me a shout if there's anything else that you want me to do a video on. Other than that, thank you very much. Bye bye.